What's going on? We made it to another Monday. Welcome, guys. I'm a little screwed up today. I slept in on I didn't make it to work today, so it's kind of got my schedule all messed up. But welcome to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm T Square. This is my home slice Trentinator. We're gonna welcome in Brew Crew. We're gonna talk about crypto, what Trump said on X today. We're going to look at trading and the top 100 coins, let you guys know what's hot, what's in, what's pumping, what's dumping. And we're going to have a good brew. Well, we're going to do it. And before we get started, guys, smash that like button. Not down, up, not down, up. Smash it, get the screen to move. That's where we want to see. And then that corner, this corner, that corner. Plus, we did his corners. We got the bell in there. Hit the bell. We want that subscribe because we got to boost ourselves in the algorithm because YouTube algorithm can kind of drag on. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, drag on, man. So we appreciate all those likes and subscribes. Daniel, what's up, good sir? How you doing, man? Let us know if you want us to do any TA on any coins tonight. And what I got today is I got Hopworks Brewery Hazy IPA, and it runs at 6.6%. Somewhere on this can. I read it earlier. Sorry, I tried to jump ahead. It says peel here in case you guys want to recycle it, but I probably realistically won't. And I'm going to open it up. No Lotro mug today. In fact, I got a skull after imprint my own face. So, here we go. Get the pop going. Oh, that was a bad pop. That was a weak sauce pop. See, we could beat Trentinator's pineapple. I'll kind of get up close. Hey, you guys can see the reflection of it in my cup, of my glasses. There you go. Oh, yeah. Look at them head. Got a fat head. It's in a fat head glass with a fat head coming up. Almost like a Frankenstein head. The good news is with this 32-ounce glass, I got about 18 inches of head. There we go. The German style. Wow. That's what we're talking about. Oh man, that bitter citrus. Oh, aroma coming through. Tastes like pine needles. Look at it. You can see the head in my glasses, Grant.
You can't see.
That's what I'm talking about. Get a partying up in this house. I ain't drinking it yet, dude. I don't drink head. I'm sorry. It's gonna wait to soften up a little bit before I could deep dive on this. Okay.
Yes. I do want to say something before I crack mine. Guys, first of all, welcome back to the Blockchain Brew Show, the most hydrated crypto community on YouTube. The second thing I want to say is we just hit 100 subscribers. Looks like we're all drinking. Yes, I feel it. We just hit 100 subscribers. And if you've been on the show with us thus far, you know what that means. We're giving away 100 ADA. Here's the kicker. We only have one person that signed up under our BidFi affiliate link. You don't have to deposit. You don't have to do anything. It's the easiest exchange to sign up for. I've used Bybit and Femex extensively. BidFi is by far the easiest. You just sign in with your Google account. Once you sign in, email us at blockchainandbrew@gmail.com. The details are in the description. Email us your user ID when you sign up for BidFi, and email us your ADA wallet address. That's all. So we have one person signed up. We have one person signed up, and whoever it is, we don't know. They did not email us. So it is still up for grabs. If it was you, then
Daniel, quick, go do it. Email us your username so we'll send it to you.
anyways, just had to throw that out there, and I'll get on with my ASMR crack.
I know they don't like guns and stuff like that. Can you like what you just
That's quick. It can be you, you know? Just yeah.
Hey, Trent. If I go like this, it looks like his freaking brain's jiggling. It's just the head, though.
Today I'm bringing back backpack full of cans, a double dry hopped, triple hazy IPA coming
You
in.
always coming in hard, Trent. You don't mess around with those trips.
Coming in at 10% even. You know, a little triple IPA. Not that I need a reason.
I don't jiggle it, Molly. I swirl it.
To celebrate a little meeting we have Wednesday, right?
Hail to the yeah. Oh, look at them thick. Pretty, man. You didn't even get the full pour. It's like your glasses are getting smaller or your freaking head's getting bigger.
You guys know the drill on this one. I've opened it a couple times. It's my highest rated beer that I've done so far on the show, coming in just above Fundamental Observation by Bottle Logic in Anaheim.
Bottle Logic.
It's peachy mango milkshake with a lot of green on it. You know, it's like fruit that hasn't ripened yet. And you got a nice viscous the viscosity, you know.
Viscosity.
Dropping a new word here on the blockchain brew show. The viscosity is high on this one. It's that means it's got a thick mouthfeel, and like I said, peachy mango milkshake with a lot of green not ripeness on it coming from all the hops. So cheers. What do you got
Wednesday.
Going? Cheers for Wednesday. What do you got going on for us leading into news charts? You mentioned Trump.
Yes, I did. We could go into that. It's cool. It's cool. All right, here we go. And 3, a 2, and a 1, and go. We got Donald J. Trump on True Social, or I think this is True Social by IPX. And it says primitive cuts in interest rates are being called for by many, with energy costs way down, prices, including Biden's eggs disaster, substantially lower, and the most of other things trending down. There is virtually no inflation with these costs trending so nicely downward. Just what I predicted they would do. There can almost be no inflation, but there can be a slowing of economy unless Mr. Too Late, a major loser, lowest interest rates. Now, Europe has already lowered 7 times. Powell has always been too late, except when it came to the election period when he lowered in order to help sleepy Joe Biden, later Kamala, get elected. How did that work out? Shots fired, bro. Calling Jerome Powell over social media a loser. You know, I kind of agree, dude. I do think that we should have lowered interest rates. And I'm not just saying they have to pump my own bags, but things have came down. I don't know about you guys. Gases came down. My grocery
Yeah.
bills have come down. So I do feel like we deserve an interest rate cut. That's
Yeah.
just me. And you could take it for what it is. But I don't actually know if Donald Trump is the boss of Jerome Powell. Otherwise, I think he could have been fired already. The question is,
Right.
Powell only has a 10-year, right? So it's 10
Yeah.
years, and he has a year left. So the question is, do we remove him? Can we them remove him before the year is up, or is it better to leave him in there until the year ends? I don't know. Maybe it's part of a longer plan than just lowering the interest rates.
You
But
ever watch the Moon Show?
no.
Well, you know Carl, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, Carl has a guy co-hosting the Moon Show. He's called Crypto Kid. He's like 17 years old, but his analysis,
Really?
yeah, that's why he's been doing content for like 4 years now. That's why he goes by Crypto Kid. He's like been doing analysis on YouTube since he was like 13 or 14,
Wow.
which like almost makes you not want to take him as seriously, right? But I mean, he does good analysis. And,
Yeah.
I was watching them when Powell was, speaking in Chicago, last week, and, their take was like, they like Powell and, they're not big fans of Trump. They also live outside of the US. I mean, where's Carl? Isn't he based in Dubai? Like,
I think he
you
is,
know
yeah.
yeah, and the kid is, like, European too, but, and they self-admittedly, say that they're liberal, at least the kid does, and, which is fine and everything, but, he was a fan of Powell, and his take was that Powell is doing what he needs to do to bring inflation down to 2% sustainably, and, I get it, but,
I think it's all just a game because it's like
yeah.
they print money on like online. Like this look like you know what I mean? Like if they wanted to bring the interest rates M2 money supply up, they all have to do is click two buttons on the computer and bada bing, bada boom, then you got a crap ton of money floating around.
Yeah, well, the US M2 money supply chart is steadily grinding up, but we're being told that they're not gonna print. So I don't know, I don't know where that discrepancy comes from, but it comes from somewhere, and, I don't think we're ever really being told the full truth, right? Like, at the end of the day, they're going to print, and the printing is going to coincide with, another altcoin season in 2025. We haven't had a true altcoin season in this bull run. We had a sort of a baby altcoin season in quarter four, in the run up after the election, but it was short lived and Bitcoin dominance did not sustainably break under like 53% or something. So, we're definitely due for, I've been preaching this over and over. When Bitcoin dominance drops down to like 48%, which is going to happen, guys. History tells us it's going to happen. And when Bitcoin dominance drops down to like 48%, we're going to see another face melting altcoin season, but it's going to happen fast. When it rips, it's going to rip fast, and you will only have a matter of
What
weeks
about
to take profits. If you're in certain coins that are much more risk on, you may only have a matter of hours and days to take
well
profits.
let me
So
see something.
set some limit buy orders. That might be a good strategy.
Well, we
You
talk
know,
about like XRP and H bar and
some
doing their
limit
thing,
sell orders. I meant, sorry.
Well, excuse me. Ah! No, back in what is this May,
Hmm.
November? Oh, this is November. So it'd be November, the last week of November to the last week. No, second to last week of January. So we had like what 7 weeks maybe, and that was it of like the last crazy run that we had before we get to the final alt season. But it happens quick where those 7 weeks, the money's going up so fast you can't even keep your pants on practically because like H bar,
Keep your pants on camera.
yeah, right. Well, frick, man, like H bar, dang near sitting there around 4.2 cents, right? 4.2 cents. The next week it jumps up to
Yeah.
10 cents, and people are like, wow, it just doubled. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's probably not a good time to buy it. It just doubled. Well, then, dude, the sucker runs all the way up to the last week of November, hitting at the top left corner where it says Hike of the Sheep. It's 40 cents. 40 cents in like 7 weeks. That's a 10 or a 9x. Like, that is crazy fast. It's like every week you're getting a 1.3 multiplier off the original X. Like, that's nuts, So what Trent is saying is like, this sucker, when it comes, it's gonna be quick. We waited 4 years for this, and when it's time to move, you guys better be taking profits like recommendedly. You could say 7 weeks, take 10% out of each week.
Yeah, right. And one way to do that is to set some limit sell orders, and layer them at 10, 20, 30% gains, 2x, 3x. Like you're not going to want to, like, when that first limit sell order triggers and you sell 5% of your bag, 10% of your bag, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna think, oh, but it's going back up. Eventually, that price will get below your first limit sell order. Like, the price will definitely come back below your average sell price, and we're going to get a bear market, and the price is going to be below your average sell price for
Yep.
almost 4 more years. So,
Trent.
guys, it's worth it to have a profit taking strategy.
Oh yeah, definitely. You notice that we got gold. Gold was $25 away from $3,500. That's $500 away from $4,000. That's wild. And you know what these candles I'm looking at, Trent? This is the weekly candles. It's not the hourly. Every week, gold's been pounding its way up. To crazy. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can go back to. You can probably start right here of October 9th of 2023 and then longed it, and you have been set for 2 years every week. Gold's gone up for you. It's done great. Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Almost 2 years. 2 years in October.
It's
Every week gone good.
2 charts that Bitcoin has lagged behind, and it's going to catch up. It's starting that catch up right now. The gold chart and the global M2 money supply chart, global liquidity. How much money is there in the world liquid? The Bitcoin will lag behind that for about 12 weeks. And then it will rip and catch up to global liquidity.
And that being said, too, the DBSI says the next candle, for gold, is going to continue moving up, guys. Like, it is money.
Yeah.
Silver's not crazy, Silver is clearly not as hot. It's sitting around $32 an ounce. With the weekly, clearly it's not as consistently. I mean, which I thought silver was better for like precious speed of like electricity for like NVIDIA chips and cards and stuff like that. But maybe I could be wrong.
I'm gonna share something. Let's see here. Share screen. And come back over here. Add to stage. Okay, so we have Watch Your Guru over here on X saying just in $1.5 trillion wiped out from the US stock market today. 60 billion was added to the crypto market. Guys, we're seeing the beginnings right now. Like, a good chunk of 2025 is going to be like this. I don't mean stocks are going to continue to plummet. I just mean we're seeing the beginning of the breakaway. There's a there's a season, there's a window of opportunity in time during the bull run where Bitcoin and crypto assets will break away from the traditional market. They will break away from the trend of the stock market, and it will do its own thing. Oftentimes the S&P is climbing as well, don't get me wrong, but it is not correlated. There's a time where the correlation breaks. This happened a couple times in the bear market as well. But one of the most prominent times is, a section of time during the bull run in the post-halving year where Bitcoin and crypto assets run so far ahead of the gains that the stock market is putting up. Here's an interesting stat. I mean, some of you may have heard this, but guys, if you take 10 days every year off of the Bitcoin chart, like the 10 best days of Bitcoin's price performance, if you take that out of the data, Bitcoin actually has a negative return every year. Like the 10 best performing
Wow.
days. The 10
Wow.
best performing days. If you take them out, Bitcoin has a negative return historically. Because you have to factor in how brutal the bear market is. So that the average return is negative if you remove the 10 best days every year. But with the 10 best days, the average annual return on Bitcoin is like over 90%. Guys, that is hard to wrap your mind around when you consider that the traditional market um, tells you that an 8% ROI every year, puts you on the path to becoming a millionaire in like 25, 30 years, depending on how much you're investing. And it's not a huge amount. It's like $500 a month or something. But you have to start. I believe you start with like $10,000. If you start with $10,000 and you invest $500 every month thereafter at an 8% annual return, you'll be a millionaire in 25, 30 years. Now, most of us are in crypto because we have trouble thinking about 25 to 30 years from now. We're honest, right? But a lot of us could benefit from that kind of mindset. Have a wallet that you set aside with just Bitcoin in it, and put a little bit aside. I mean, hey, the gains are outperforming you have 90% versus 8%, right? So you don't have to put in the whole 500. Put in $100 a month, right? And long Bitcoin for the next 30 years. Do your kids a favor and long Bitcoin for the next 30 years, right?
Do
You
it.
know, like, and do $100 a month. You still have money to throw around in altcoins during the bull run. I'm not saying, you have to do some unaffordable number, right? So that's just a little perspective for you guys. But when you're seeing, where was I at right here? I mean, and that's just kind of astonishing to me. $1.5 trillion wiped out from the U.S. stock market today. Now, to be fair, I think on Thursday or Friday, like 3 trillion was added to the stock market, right? So, this post makes it look like
That's me.
stocks
All
are.
right.
This post makes it look like stocks are just bleeding to death, right? They're not. They're going to bounce. They've been bleeding because of the tariffs, but
And the fact that Trump called Jerome Powell a loser on social media.
yeah,
that, didn't,
right.
that didn't help the market.
But you don't think Warren Buffett is buying this dip? You don't think Nancy Pelosi is buying this dip? Like, stocks are not bleeding to death, guys.
I don't think Warren Buffett's buying crypto.
No, I mean the 1.5 trillion wiped out from the stock market.
Oh yeah, he's definitely buying Nvidia.
Yeah, and I mean, like, do we really know whether he's buying crypto or not? I don't know. I mean,
No, I don't
someone
think he. I think somebody would be doing it for him. I don't think he would ever know how to use or care to use how to use MetaMask.
Hey,
He'd be like, "What's the Coinbase?
nobody,
Can I hold it?"
nobody, no traditional investor is buying crypto in MetaMask though. Like, they're getting a Coinbase account and doing that, or they're getting a, I don't know.
Caleb and Brown account.
Yeah, you beat me to it. They're getting a Caleb and Brown account. That's a little teaser for you guys. Anyways, let me hurry up and give the people what they want. Let me give Daniel what he wants if he's still here. Sorry, Daniel. I know you want the Bitcoin chart, and
I'm giving you the DXY chart,
all right.
and the DXY
Give us the
does the
DXY
opposite.
chart. Give
Does
us
the
the DXY
opposite.
chart, but then afterwards, give Daniel his Bitcoin chart.
Well, the DXY does the opposite generally of
The
what Bitcoin
Dixie.
is. So, a
What
couple things.
is the Dixie in case someone doesn't know?
Go ahead, man. You got it. You got the show.
It's the dollar index, the US dollar index. So the strength of the dollar compared to other world currencies, like say a basket of other world currencies like the yen and the euro and this and that and blah blah blah. Hey, I see you, Daniel. Thanks for
And
sticking around.
we got the so generally, if you want to get into Bitcoin, you got to look at the overlapping a couple of the other things to kind of get a bright. You kind of it's kind of like there's like a setup. You want to do like the Dixie, then you want to check out the Bitcoin, then you kind of check out the alts. In fact, you could go to the total 2 and
Don't
3
do the
before that.
tricks though.
Well, regardless, what I'm going to point out with the DXY is that the strength is low. Like this is the red line is actually saying it's over. I always get this backwards. Over spot still, even though with all that red, it's still over bot. And not just that, the strength index is matching the same exact level right here as it being over bot. It's a 6. That's terrible. It could go to 100. It's at 6 strength. Plus, you got the dual blue oscillator waves still going to the downside. Like you can see over here, how there's a curvature. It flips in on itself. It does not even have a sign of it flipping in on itself. So we're probably going to have a negative week as well with the DXY. The VWAP is starting to curve up the upside, but it hasn't really got there yet. Like I really doubt to make a sharp turn up there. Plus, you got the red money flow wave. You can just barely see it, and it's right in that corner. It's saying that we're still going to go down. And we come over to the bitty bit. The bitty bit. All
Hey,
right.
so Daniel asked, here's what I want to do. Daniel asked, do you guys think 90K before 86? So let's do this. How about you give your prediction on that and then I'll give mine.
You want 86?
Daniel said, you guys think
No,
90?
you know what 86 is, right?
What?
86 means
Oh, like blacklisted? Yeah.
yeah. You'll get 86. You could be 86. I don't want to be 86. Now that's a funny thing because aren't we at technically 86 right now? 86, 7,
Oh, we're at
87.
like 87.9. So it's funny. We're right in between.
Okay, well,
We're like 2
okay,
grand away from both of those numbers.
so another thing too, Daniel, is I use Hike and a She candles, so they take the middle average of the previous candle, and that's how they build the candles up. So mine is slightly lagging, but that doesn't mean my data is any different. Besides the fact that the data is not quite live, but you can see the ebb and flow of the charts. They work all the same. On the weekly, we have a green dot, super bullish, super duper bullish. Actually, I think this. I don't know if this is confirmed yet. We have 5 days for confirming, but it's on. We have the money flow coming down. I believe it's going to start curving up because the strength index is curving up. Yes, we've been overbought, but we've been overbought forever, so it's not a huge thing. And I still think it's starting to curve up, which is good. And the VWAP is just starting to form right here, which is also a positive on the weekly. Now, if I go to the daily, you'll see the price change. Now we're 87,836 because it goes off the previous average. We are thick in the money flow. The blue oscillator waves, like I said earlier, how they they curve inwards right here. It usually marks a trend reversal. So we marked a trend reversal with a green dot. We over here, we're saying we were oversold. Money moving, coming in. The strength index coming up. The blue waves aren't even close to each other. The VWAP doesn't even want to curve down yet. And even when it did curve down previously, it only smoothed out, went right back up. Then we got the money flow. The money flow is the red. You can see this red wave right here on the bottom as it's curving up to the upside. We are having a money flow come in since right here. Like this is big money. It takes big money to move Bitcoin. We are coming up. Probably going to curve up right here. This is super great sign, not only on the weekly, but on the daily we have this. If we want to check out other time frames, a 12-hour, we're still oversold, still curving up. The VWAP is trying to get ready to reset while it's going up. It might just dip down and get the strength that it needs to continue up and have another leg up. Yes, I'm starting to believe we will hit 90K before we come back down to 86K. Yet charts are living. Things change. You can see we gained strength in the 4-hour. We gained more strength in the 4-hour. We gained more strength in the 4-hour. We have a red dot right there. It wants to take a breather. That is a possibility. Do I think it will be like a wick? We might get a wick. I don't think we'll stick around. We have thick green money flow. The VWAP has came down during our peak, and it has mellowed out on the zero line. It might just dip below, which would be a great sign for it. Nothing goes up forever. We need to cool off. But if we cool off while we're going up, that gives us more power to keep going. Okay, you see where I'm getting with this? This is just exponential. And even on the 1-hour time frame, we got the 1-hour time frame. The wave starting to eclipse has not crossed over yet. It's still showing movement going up. Okay, so this is a good sign. Now, see, we have this big fat anchor wave on the 1-hour. If we decided that we want to take a break and breathe, we can curve over. Where's my paint pen? I'll show you. This will be a fantastic sign. If we can curl paint down, make a little wave kind of like this, whatever, come down, cross over the zero line just like this and start making a way back up. And we make a little green dot right. So we can make a dot right there, a green dot like that. That would be fantastic because we get this anchor wave right here with a nice trigger wave and the green dots forming. That would be fantastic for Bitcoin. That would launch us to maybe even 95K if we could get something like that. So we could cool off and chill out for a moment. That is totally, totally normal. In fact, that would be probably even more healthy for us to do that before breaking through all these trend lines that we have. If we could cool off, not break through, that would come back down, bounce off a little bit, and cool off and get that anchor wave, trigger wave we were just talking about right here. That would give us the momentum to shoot right through everything. Woof, like a woof, like a woof. That's what we want to see. We want to see a woof. We don't want to kind of tit tat, tit tat, tit tat, tit tat, tit tat, tit tat, because you're going to be running out of punches. You're going to be tiring out before you go. You want that round 2 to kind of take a break, chill out before you rest your hands before you want to go. Yes, we are, and you know that for sure because of the weekly time frame where I started from and the daily. That is a super, super ultra bullish sign. Gotta rate some of the yellow lines that I created because you can't read anything. This green dot right here, super bullish. Look at the previous green dot right here. Woof, we ran up till we got this kind of like double top right here. Super great sign. You can see this red dot right here. This is telling you we're starting to run out of steam. Yeah, we ran up a little bit more. But like I was saying earlier, sometimes you come down, or you can see, you come down on the candles while the blue oscillator wave is kind of trending sideways to give us that momentum to keep moving up, which you kind of can say right here. So we kind of came down. We're making that nice hump. Now we can see that woof. So these are weeklies. We could be projecting out like, I don't know, like 2.5 months, and we're going to be right back up. And then you can go to the daily. This green dot right here, this is market cipher A that has this green dot. Now, I prefer market cipher B green dots on the blue waves, but market cipher A is showing you that this silhouette wave right here, when you get a blue triangle, it's saying one line turned bullish. And then it turned off right here. And we flipped on again. Now green dot that's confirmed with one candle ahead of it is saying all 5 waves, you can't quite see because they're behind the candle, have confirmed bullish. Now, when they are ready to rip and these dots confirm and want to go, it's just like any data thing. It's not every time it happens, but when it goes, which shows us the weekly is prime, that will rip us to the upside. Just rip with ferociousness of 1,000 burning suns. 1,000 burning Saturns on top of 1,000 burning suns.
The green dot is Kenny's arch nemesis. Hey, I got to show you something real quick, and then I'm gonna take my 1 week down to the 1 day, if that's okay. Or are you going to lower time frame still?
I'm done with Bitcoin. I
Okay.
could check out other coins
Okay.
if Daniel
So
wants, but
let me I'll do my prediction real quick, but before I do, I have to show you this that just came in.
wait, put that back up. Put that back up.
What? Hold
The other
on, 1 second, 1
No,
second.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no.
no, you gotta see
I'm
this.
not
1
gonna
second.
remember.
Look at this.
That's great.
Hal did
That is
that.
great.
We just gotta we gotta do it where I'm wearing a Cardano stuff, and then it'll be perfect. Anyways, sorry,
Yeah,
what were you?
this is H bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, what's funny is I just started wearing these glasses like 3 days ago, so
I know.
this is fresh. This is fresh. I was gonna say to answer that 66K. Okay, so I mean, Daniel said, "Are we hitting 90K or 60K?" I mean, look at where my cursor is at, right?
90 or 86.
This is on 86 right there. I mean,
Got
the
it.
fact that a candle can't come back down
Yeah.
and be a wick before bullish, very, very likely it can't.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a hard prediction to really, really put, as well
Right.
as what 90K is right here.
Mhm.
So it's pretty much when we break out, we will hit that 90K. But if it wants to wait a week, we'll probably come right back down to like 86.
Yeah.
That is totally possible.
Well,
Especially with 86 is like right here, this trend zone right here. And 90 is
the
just above it.
the local low on yesterday's, like, 1, 5, 7-minute charts was, 86.3.
Now, if you
So,
say 82 or 90, I would say, I think we'll go to 95 before we hit 82.
yeah.
I think that's a good bet.
So,
Now
let me
you
pull
go
my
ahead, take
charts
over.
up. Yeah. Uh,
Oop.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And share this tab instead. So, here's what I am looking at. Starting with the weekly chart for Bitcoin, we have hidden bullish divergence on the Bitcoin weekly chart. I'm going to draw that for you right now. If you come from here up to here, and I'm going to make that line. I have so many lines on here. I'm going to make that blue. Okay. So we have hidden bullish divergence. What that means is you have that hidden bullish divergence occurs when the price forms higher lows while the indicator forms lower lows. So what you have going on here is a higher low coming in right around here at 74K, with a lower low back here in November, right? So you have a higher low. You could even say that. Well, yeah, I won't get into that. You have a higher low there, and what that signals, the reason why it's hidden is because we traditionally think about a bullish divergence as a slightly lower low on the price, with a slightly higher a higher low on the RSI, right? And we don't have that here on the weekly, right? The RSI is lower on this second dip than it is on the first dip. So that's not true bullish divergence. What we have here is hidden bullish divergence, which signals the continuation of an uptrend. Okay. So we have that. Now, coming down to the 3-day chart. On the 3-day chart, we have classic bullish divergence. A slightly lower low on the price, signaled by this yellow line here, with a slightly higher low on the RSI, drawn by this yellow line here. Also, the MACD on the 3-day chart, the MACD line has crossed over the orange line here, and which is called the signal line. The MACD line has crossed the signal line, and it's moving up toward the 0 line, which is the horizontal middle right here on the chart. The the volume is starting to come up down here, and it's moving from red to green on the MACD indicator, and we have a bullish cross on the MACD on the 3-day chart, which is very bullish. I mean, if we come back to the last time that happened, bam, bullish cross on the MACD chart on September 15th. Now, you know, the it didn't rip the next day, but it did start to slowly grind up, and it never actually came back to that price. Right? That was at $60,239, and ever since that bullish cross on the MACD on the 3-day chart, once that crossed, the price has not come that low ever since. That's pretty important, I would say. So we got another bullish cross on the MACD on about April 13th. And what did we do? We've started to slowly grind higher like we did in September. That being said, we've broken out of a big downtrending line of resistance. On the daily chart, this downtrending line of resistance had like 6 touches. On the 3-day chart, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It also had 6 touches on the 3-day chart. And it's broken out of this downtrending line, and it's grinding higher, and it's now above critical resistance. I do see it coming up to the next volume resistance here on the VRVP at about $92,300. After that, it's going to fight to get to the point of control at 96. Once it does, I think that we're on and cracking. Now, not cracking like the exchange, but you get it. On the 1 day, I think that what we see here on the 1 day is that the MACD has actually crossed above the 0 line, and the RSI is grinding higher without just blasting off into oversold or overbought territory. So that's good. We've also broken out of that downtrending line of resistance, and on the 1 day, we are above the point of control, and we are above critical volume resistance. We're actually getting into the territory of a big low volume gap on the VRVP. So this huge void right here is going to suck us up, no pun intended, into the it's going to suck us up to about somewhere between, just like here's confluence. This is what I said on the 3-day chart, to about $92,200, and anywhere between there and the big volume node here at 95. Because of how thin the volume is right there, I'm going to say we have more support underneath us than we have resistance above us at the moment. So If I'm pressed right now without seeing the lower time frames, I'm gonna say that we go to 90K before we go to 86. Um, Coming down to the 4 hour, we are above the 21 EMA here, the white line. We've broken well above the point of control. We're flagging out. We actually flagged out on the, I didn't draw it, but we flagged out on the daily chart here, and you know, the 4 hour is showing a similar thing. It's not perfect, but it's actually like broadening a broadening channel right here on the 4 hour. On the daily chart, it's more of a true bull flag that comes across here. I'm not going to draw it, but you can see it flag out right here. So on the 4 hour, we're above the 21 EMA, above critical volume resistance, and man, that's looking bullish. The only thing I don't like is the RSI is pretty. It's getting overbought. I mean, not quite. It's right at 70, and it can get above 70 for some time, but not for too long without coming back down. Now, the price doesn't on the 4 hour chart, the price doesn't have to fall through the floor in order for RSI to reset, right? So, I can see us waiting just a little longer, or blasting off to 90K and doing something like this over here on the RSI, where we see the peak right here on March 25th. I can see the RSI doing this and then resetting after it spikes to 90K. And the reset only took, let's measure it. The reset only took under a 3% dip. So, and granted it did go on to grind lower 8%, but I can definitely see us spiking to 90K before we start to reset on the RSI. Now let's go to the 1 hour chart and start looking for support. We are pretty far above the 21 EMA, the white line, not the horizontal white line, but the squiggly white line. And being far away from the 21 EMA means that it's unsustainable. It's not that far away right now. And so it could do a thing where it continues to grind up and sideways while the EMA actually comes up as well, and then it touches the EMA later and bounces back up. That could definitely happen. But at some point, that price has to come back down and touch that 21 EMA. It's a date with destiny. And come down to the 7-minute chart, and right now we're breaking above the 21 EMA. We found support at the 50 EMA. And I would say on the 7-minute here, even if we came back down to the 200 EMA or the point of control, we're coming back down to 87.2 rather than all the way down to 86. So okay, flip back to the 1 hour chart and find out where we have support. The 200 EMA is coming in at 85. The 100 is coming in at 85.8. And this critical volume resistance is coming in here at 86.2. So, I mean, it is possible, but the MACD is turning green, and we just had a bullish cross. I think we go to 90. I think we go to 90 before we go to 86. And the thing is, I mean, I hate saying this because the minute you start saying this, it's like, it's probably going to happen. But if it goes to if it goes to if it spikes to 90, I mean, and then it dips back down, I mean, 87, 80, 87 2 could be support. So I don't know if it goes back to 86. More liquidity up as far as money goes. Exactly. That's what's that's the tough part about this is I think that like I said, there's more support underneath us than there is resistance above us for right now. So maybe we don't go back to 86 for a long time. Now, yet again, the low of yesterday's trading range was 86.2 or 86.3. So I mean, we definitely could, but it just I don't know. If I'm a betting man, I say maybe we keep moving. We break 90, come back down to 87.
Well, it
If
looks
we
like
go
too
that
trend
route.
that we're in an uptrend now,
Yeah.
more than a downtrend. Like previously, if you wanted to show you like I know we're gonna keep coming down till we find a bottom. Well, now if we found our bottom, which I do believe we did at what 74. Well,
Yeah.
now you know that we're in the uptrend. So now you know. Well, if I put a long in, it's probably gonna connect in the next couple of weeks because we're in an uptrend.
Yeah. Right.
Compared to a downtrend.
Right. Right. Yes, sir.
Vodka and water. That's what Vitaly wishes he was drinking right now. You seen that
Oh,
guy? That
yeah.
YouTuber, prankster, he's in like the Filipino jail. I think they actually just released him today, but he was there for like felt like 2-3 weeks.
Do you like that, Daniel? I mean, that doesn't sound very appealing to me. I mean, maybe you
Depends on the
put hair on
vodka.
your chest. I got plenty of that though. I
I don't
mean,
have any, bro. I'm like white.
I like
Shine.
low calorie. Yeah, yeah, I get you. I get you. Lifting weights. I used to do that. Um, no, yeah, good for you though. That makes sense. I do like my bourbon neat, so it's not an alcohol thing that I'm adverse to. It's just the vodka thing. It's kind of tasteless. I mean, I don't
Tasteless.
know. My
That's
palate isn't adapted to it. Okay. Um, what was I gonna? Oh, let me look
We're talking about the
real
uptrend and the
quick.
downtrend. I would cheers, but I finished mine already. I might need to go get a second. Well, when you were talking, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take advantage of this moment."
Yes. Um, I do have a large amount of money sitting in trades right now. I mean, large for me. Like it's not.
Are you up on most of them now, or you still have a little bit more to go?
Yes. Um,
Oh, I'm in a trade right now, Daniel. I put a long in on Ton Coin at 288 at a limit order, and I'm gonna check up on that right now.
nice. I have about um I'm 2x long on what, I'll come over here to back to my Twitter real quick. Share this tab instead. And if I scroll down on Twitter, oh, I gotta go to my profile. The other day, I didn't even post the one where I was up like 400, but there was one after this where I was up about 400 XRP on Coin M futures on BidFi, and Bybit does this too. I don't know if Fumex does it, but the how Coin M futures work is that you're able to take your profits in the coin that you're trading rather than USDT.
It's a really cool feature.
Right. So what I did with this is I actually sent my XRP. I sent about 8,000 XRP, which I know it's risky, but hey, I sent about 8,000 XRP to Coin M futures on BidFi, and I put in a 2x long. So, as it goes up, the last night I think was the most I was up, which I didn't close it out, but the most I was up so far was about 400 XRP in profit. So if I close it, I take the 400 XRP off the table. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I'm in a 2x long on ADA on BidFi, and I'm in a and I have what do I have on that one?
Hey, Ebadio, what up, dog? I haven't seen you in a hot minute.
What's up, dude?
All right, I'll show you. I can show you a cool find I found. Did I show you my latest find? Did I show him my cool one?
The sax? I don't know. Ebadio, did you see the saxophone?
Oh, I'll show you that real fast.
Yeah. Go ahead and grab it. Well, while you grab it, I'll just finish my thought. I'm in a my trades right now are 2x long on XRP on CoinM futures. So I'm taking my profits in XRP rather than USDT. And I'm I'm in a 2x long on ADA, and I've got about cumulatively about $400 in bonus rewards on BidFi, and they don't let you withdraw those rewards. You have to trade them. So I don't care if that one gets liquidated because it's free money. So I went ahead and took that and put it on 10x leverage on the graph at right about 8 cents. So believe it or not, if my liquidation is just above 7, so I could get liquidated. I don't care though because that position it has free money on it. So I either get liquidated at 7 cents on the graph, or I pull about 38,000 in profit at 50 cents. So the real question the real question is, does GRT go to 50 cents before it goes to 7? I'm probably going to get liquidated on that one, but it's free money. And I can't withdraw the money. I have to trade it. So anyways, the sax, don't pull it away. Let me go full screen on it.
Full screen on it. Check it out. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Look at that. I know that the tip. Yeah, I'm going to order a tip online because that's not where you put your mouth. There's the sax with the little ruby gemstones in there. Dude, I honestly have never played a sax. I don't think it's high end. It's a Medini Siloni right there. I think it's like a $250 sax used. Maybe maybe like $1,000 new. But I just been trying to find all the buttons because there's one there. There's one right here. Another one right here. Another one right here. One right here. One right there. Oh, there's a difference. I think there's one in the middle. Like somehow these two are like thumb in the middle. If you guys can see that or not. And then it's not a button. You got one button, two button, 3 buttons. I think we covered all the buttons. Saxophones have a lot of buttons though.
Bro, I bet that's like 400 or 500 at the pawn shop. Maybe I'm overselling.
What up, JJ? My brother, mana.
JG,
what up, man?
Missed you, bro.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I kind of want to learn this. I'm not gonna lie. If not, it's gonna make really cool wall art.
How many XRP could you buy with that, though?
Dude, I contemplated this idea. I haven't decided yet because I'm kind of attached to my sax. But maybe at certain sub points, I'll actually donate them or give them away, a gift randomly, you know, in the amount of people that we have. I'm like, hey, check this
Yeah.
out. You guys want to see something else that's kind of neat? I can show you something else that's kind of cool that I
Yeah.
found recently, or should I save it for another time?
No. While you do, I'm gonna open up our Gmail and see if anyone has claimed their 100 ADA yet. As we're waiting for Tyler to come back, I'm opening up Gmail. And if you don't know, we officially broke 100 subscribers on the Blockchain Brew Show. I'm checking my inbox, refreshing it, and no one has claimed their 100 ADA. So details in the description. I play lead guitar, AC/DC, Judas Priest, Scorpions, classic rock. Hey, Daniel, a friend of mine. Yeah, me too. Like him to see, but always. Yeah, I feel you. I feel it.
Yeah, I've
Um,
always wanted to play lead guitar, Daniel.
Daniel, a
It's
friend
something
of mine
I
has
own one. I'll have to figure out how to play it.
a friend of mine has a rock band. Check out Day's Eye on Spotify. So there you go.
Days Eye.
I'll drop it right here. What'd you go grab for us, Tyler?
I'm flipping to it right now. So keep in mind, I don't know how much these are worth, but they are somewhat old. I'm gonna shift my mic away. So here's my first set of trading cards I found in the garbage. It's hard to see where they're from. That was my first page. I found them in a page. Here's like a second page of them. My baseball cards. Tell me if it's visible. I can't tell from the camera from behind. And then I actually did look some of these up, and I do believe I have like some $50 cards in here. To eliminate the pool trading cards. I don't know. Those are pretty classics though. This is black and white card right there. Oh, Pascal. Some of these are Larry Bird too. I don't know where the heck there it is. I got a bunch of like super rare Larry Bird ones in here.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, here's some WWE ones.
If you totaled up the value of all of your garbage finds, it's close to 2,000.
Oh,
I don't even know what those
yeah.
cards are worth. So I mean, I really have no grid for that.
I have a graded them on a grading app, and when I went through the grading app and graded them all, it was over $500 of cards in there.
Dang.
Yeah.
Plus your Dysons, plus your saxophone.
Yeah, and that's just some of the. I have a lot of stuff I keep showing you guys too. I got a lot of stories too because this is a family business. So think about how much stuff my old man's found too. I could go on for days. I sent Trent a video of us throwing somebody out at work recently. We have to upload it for you guys so you can take a peek. See, we'll turn it into our short for you. That way, it'll be easier to see.
Been working hard on that custom indicator of mine. I will save a lot of time picking coins. Just scooped some Link. Yeah.
Oh, let me take a look at Link. If you scoop in Link and you're talking about your custom indicator, I want to compare it to my indicator. If that's all right, Trent. I just remembered, but
Yeah.
it's funny. I only say that because I was also looking at Link today. So let's look at the longer time frame.
If I had more dry powder on the side, Link would
Hey.
be one of my picks right now.
On the 1 hour, it looks like we bought with a double green dot, so that's a good sign. Strength kind of like, still saying we're oversold, but it's just saying that because we've been in the uptrend. You can see in the middle uptrend where we went from overbought to oversold, or I always get that mixed up, but you know what I mean. Do what I mean, not what I say. It looks like we're in an uptrend, maybe trend reversal. Could on the 12 hour, we have a tiny red dot. It'll probably end up turning like this. We get the red dot, cools off a little bit, resets, so we can get the legs to keep moving. On the daily, green,
Higher lows,
green.
baby.
We can keep going up on the daily. The red money wave is saying it's perking looking. It's
Perky.
coming up. And the weekly is great. I mean, look at the weekly. I mean, you could say damn near the bottom right here. That's could be a fantastic buy, JG. I would like to look at your indicator. Also, I'm going to point out to show you this, guys, because I'm here. I entered a long today on a limit order on Toncoin, and I put it at 288, which is right there. And so this yellow wick actually filled my order, and so I didn't catch the bottom of half of the wick, but I caught in the upper part, and that's kind of what I was aiming for because you can never really tell where the bottoms are at. Caught it. I went up, and I kind of rode it a little bit back down because I didn't think we're done, and now we're kind of heading back up. And my reasons for why I didn't sell it and just run with the money is that the money wave is coming down, or it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I think that we still have more time to go on the 24 minute. The 1 hour, we have a double green dot. So I was trying to catch the bottoms, kind of what I was looking at on the 1 hour. The money flow still coming in. The VWAP's kind of chilling, but the strength's coming down. We're saying was kind of oversold, but we'll see how it goes. The bulls are still in control on the 1 hour, but I do know that longer time frames aren't the great as great. Like the 4 hour says we could trade sideways and possibly go down a little bit more. But we are in the oversold territory, which is kind of funny because how could we be there but not on the day 1 hour, right? And the daily we have a red dot, but the red money wave is still kind of coming in. So maybe that red dot will flicker off in the next day and a half. And we'll kind of see. I just thought it was a good buy, and I put a limit order in, and it got filled. I also made a couple other trades today. One of them, I made a SWE trade at 215. $2.15, and that order was filled, and I closed it like at 223 or 224 on 10x leverage with double what I normally pay. So I was pretty happy with that. I know I did make a trade on grass, and that I accidentally
Grass is interesting.
I accidentally made a combined order, and I believe I had enough to cover it, so I could have wrote it back up, but I didn't want to take the risk, or I didn't have enough into it to make it worth it, so I killed it. It was not worth it to me to run that risk reward. I don't know. I think I put it in on right here, so I'd still be down on that. But I felt like when I was looking at it, dude, I was like, dude, it's probably gonna hit right here and then come back up. And I think with a double green dot, I think that's where I put my long on. Another long right here. You know,
Where's your stop loss? Everybody go stop him out.
You don't know. But and another thing too, was I was looking at Toncoin, is that the CME gap's up high. So that also is going for us too.
Yeah.
We always come back to the CME gap. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
What do you got for us?
Cardano Spotlight?
Yeah. Let's roll into the spot.
All right.
The ADA spot.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? Someone was telling me the other day, they were like, I was watching you online. They said instead of calling it garbage finds or whatever, they said they should call it Tyler's Treasures. Like, that's pretty good.
Yes. Add to stage. Tyler's Trinkets, she said.
Tyler's Trinkets.
Share this tab instead. So, kicking off our Cardano Spotlight for today.
Isn't LCX that ISO?
Huh? Yes. Kicking off our Cardano Spotlight. And I want to say again, welcome back to the Blockchain Brew Show. Sorry, I'm trying to say that for when I clip this later. So forgive my awkwardness right now. Welcome back to the Blockchain Brew Show. Welcome back to the Brew Crew, the most hydrated crypto community on YouTube. Today's Cardano Spotlight kicks off with LCX Exchange now fully supports Cardano native asset trading, including SNEC, Iagon, and MinSwap. I own Iagon and MinSwap. Guys, my low cap plays, my extremely low cap plays for the 2025 bull run are Cardano native assets, Cardano native tokens. Uh Mainly Iagon, MinSwap, and Indigo. I bought about $300 worth of Indigo live on the Blockchain Brew Show, and I'm gonna do that again soon. But Iagon, MinSwap, and Indigo are my low cap plays, and all of them are Cardano native tokens. I'm liking this LCX exchange play because we don't have a lot of exchanges yet. Of course, Cardano is on every exchange. The trading volume is making new highs every week. The trading volume on ADA has been absolutely exploding for weeks now. But I'm waiting around for the day when Cardano native tokens start to fill up major exchanges, not just ADA itself, but the ADA ecosystem coming on to major exchanges. And I believe that LCX, it's the Liechtenstein exchange, forgive my mispronunciation. Um, but yes, they're big into ISO 20022 and cross border payment stuff, right? But the LCX exchange, and LCX isn't a bad buy itself, I don't think, but I believe that LCX exchange is ahead of the curve with onboarding the Cardano ecosystem onto centralized exchanges, not just ADA itself. So that's exciting. And coming over here, we have Cardano and midnight equals mass adoption. Charles Hoskinson reveals Midnight could onboard millions of new users. If this plays out, ADA could be the most underestimated layer one in crypto. And I'll go ahead and play Charles.
Millions of users. Midnight was very well received, and there's a great degree of excitement there. We think it's going to bring millions of users into the Cardano ecosystem. And the concept of hybrid applications, whether they be Bitcoin to midnight, Ethereum to midnight, Solana to midnight, or Cardano to midnight, is a net positive for the space as a whole. Midnight was very well received, and there's a great degree.
So, guys, what's going on here is that we have Midnight, which is a interoperability layer on Cardano. House said buy, hold, or sell render token. I am 2x long on render over on Femex. Render is one of my major holdings, and I believe it's going to do really well. So what we have here is Midnight and interoperability sort of layer 2 on Cardano, where it's going to be Cardano's way of interacting cross chain with Solana and a bunch of other major chains. Now, what's interesting about Midnight is that there's a Midnight token that's going to be airdropped to
Crush.
over 38 million wallets. And these wallets are not all ADA wallets, they're cross-chain. Midnight tokens are going to be airdropped to Solana users. They're going to be airdropped to Bitcoin holders, with Bitcoin OS.
Well, and guess how you have to redeem them, though?
You're right. You have to come to the Cardano chain to redeem your Midnight tokens. And so the thing is, because they're going to be airdropped to the Avalanche ecosystem, the Solana ecosystem, I believe some Ethereum wallets, there's like 38 million wallets in total that this airdrop is going to be going to, and this is 13 times the amount of active ADA addresses right now. And so even if just 4 of those 13x want to redeem those free airdrops, they have to come to Cardano in order to do it. So, what you have coming up in the very near future with Midnight is you have a boom in users on the Cardano ecosystem, anywhere from 1 to 13x the amount of current active users on ADA are going to flood into the Cardano ecosystem in the coming weeks or months. So that does it for today's Cardano Spotlight. Until the next time, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. What do you got for us? Closing thoughts?
Just
Beer
closing
rating?
thoughts, man. I just wanted to say, it was a great day. I did pretty good for trading. I don't know how you guys did, but I did pretty good. I slept in, missed my alarms, didn't have to go to work today. I got called by like one of my bosses and like, are you coming in? And I was like, you gonna write me up? They're like, yeah, probably. I'm like, I'm just gonna use protected time, so I'll take the rest of the day off. That's the nice thing about the union. I'm like, well, if I came in, you're gonna write me up, so I'll just take it off. And so I took it off, got good rest, hung out with the wife and the kids, and played with them. And I honestly was like, guys, I'm gonna go live right now at 6 a.m. in the morning because I am wide awake. But I didn't really want to disturb my fellow brothers and friends that are in the morning. But it's gonna come one of these days. I will surprise them. I'll hit them up.
Yeah. You know what we'll do is we'll just get a template together, so that it can say something super generic on the thumbnail, so that if you really want to go live that bad at 6 a.m., you can just run it.
Market open. Here we go, guys. Morning coffee. We'll smash out the open and do some live trade before the coffee hits the other end. It's all good though, but
You got a super quick beer rating for us?
Oh yeah, so I finished mine. It was good. I give it a 7.4, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It says right here, peel. I started peeling it and peeled. It peels clean, man. There's like no glue or anything on there, and I peeled it almost all the way off. But I kind of like to collect the cans and stick them on my shelf, so I'm like, gotta put it back on there. Gotta rub it, get the adhesive kind of sticking again. But the can was real good. It's Hardworks Brewery, ridiculous hazy IPA. I love the hazies, man. It's a duck with a bowl, so it's a buck. It's a duck and a buck. The bull. So we call it a buck beer, and it was great. Really enjoyed it. It didn't have a lot of flavor, but sometimes the smooth ones that kind of sneak in on you are the way to go.
Nice.
Thank you, JD.
Here I'm bringing back backpack full of cans, and I'm going to keep giving this one. This is my third time. I'm going to keep giving this one an 8.6. It's all around a fantastic hazy triple IPA. Cheers.
Cheers. How do we know that's just not vodka and orange juice? I'm just kidding.
You saw it pour out of the can.
Just kidding.
Well, your sign is off.
Thank you guys for showing up. We appreciate it. Smash that like button again, not down, but up, so we can boost our algorithm. And hit the bell to subscribe. We got it in both the corners, up and down, side to side. It's in every single one. We really appreciate it. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's a great time, and thank you for stopping by, and congratulations to us hitting 100 subs. So check out the BitFi link. Send us your username so we can send you or somebody, one of you few, 100 ADA. Right now, it's like a 1 in between you guys will be like a 1 in 3 shot, So it's pretty good. And thank you guys. Have a great night.
Cheers.
Cheers.